and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at Audio-Technica's relatively new ATR 2500X, which is actually the microphone that I'll be recording most of this video on, except for obviously some of the comparisons that I'll do later. Want to get rid of that annoying activation watermark but don't want to have to pay an arm and a leg? Head to cdkoffers.com today to get Windows 10 Pro for just $11 after using the promo code in the description down below. Simply sign up by using a safe and secure payment method like PayPal and activate. Everything you need to get activated is in the description down below, so check it out today. So first off, let's talk about build quality. This bad boy is actually fairly well built. It's got a nice weight to it, and there's basically zero plastic on the body itself, except for, the buttons on the front to change the volume. Unfortunately though, that can't really be said about the accessories. So in the box you get a decently long USB Type-C to Type-A cable, and yeah, I actually have no complaints about this. It's a great length. It reaches all the way that it needs to for my setup specifically, down the stand into the computer, etc, etc. Other than that though, you also get this microphone stand, desk mount. Well, not really desk mount per se, it's more just like a little tripod for it. My personal opinion on this is don't use it if you can, but it can work if you're, really in a tight pinch for some sort of microphone mount rather than holding it. The reason why I say don't use it is because if it's on your desk and you're planning on typing a lot, it's going to pick up a whole lot more of that keyboard noise, and it's also going to pick up the vibrations from other things in the room, like, fans, or even your computer, if you've got your computer on your desk, or even you just like tapping on your desk. So don't use this if you can. Please just buy a actual mount for your desk. Which brings us to the little desk mount that it comes with. Frankly, this is pretty garbage. It's definitely not the best I've seen, especially compared to the one that comes with the AT2020, which is a much higher quality mount than this. Basically, I don't like this because it's pretty much a full plastic construction, meaning that this little thing in the middle here is going to wear out a bit faster, and really, it's not great, and the little middle bit pops out too, which is kind of annoying. But, yeah, basically, the accessories really aren't that great with this microphone, unfortunately. But going back to the mounting options for this microphone, you can obviously use the desk mount, or you can even get a microphone stand like this one from Neewer, or you can even get Audio-Technica's own one, or you can even get that one from Rode, the NTG something, I don't know, I forgot what it's called. But you can get one of those, and then you can also get yourself a shock mount like this one here. Basically, any shock mount like this one for the AT2020 will work completely fine for this microphone, or at least it should. Aside from one little thing. On the microphone, you've got the direct monitor port on it for your headphones, and basically, some shock mounts can cover it up and it can get pretty annoying. But anyway, let's talk about the target person for this microphone. Who's actually going to buy this bad boy? Well, the price is actually fairly decent. It comes in at just about $30 cheaper than that of a Blue Yeti, which has been pretty much the staple USB microphone for streamers and YouTubers and everyone that basically wants to do a bit of content creation. But there are also a few other options that you can get this with. You can also buy this in a creator pack, which I did, for cheaper, which comes with a microphone stand and headphones. I bought mine for about 230 Australian dollars. I'll leave a link to it down in the description. In that pack, it also brings it down to about $100, which is a fair bit less than that of a Blue Yeti. This is also a fairly beginner microphone. It doesn't have any gain adjustment, unfortunately, and really there's not all that much to the microphone. Basically, it's plug and play. You just stick the cable into the microphone and then into your computer, and you're off to the races. So really, there's not much expandability. There's not really much room to maneuver in terms of, changing the sound that you get out of the microphone, unfortunately. But there is also the potential use of using something like a USB microphone with your phone, for example. That's basically because it uses a USB Type-C connection, so you could just plug it into your phone or what have you, and have it record onto that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that working on my end. It was having some sort of weird interference issue. I'll give you a listen. This is a test to see if there's still a weird interference issue with the ATR 2500X when plugged into the S8 Plus. So yeah, unfortunately, it might not work with a phone, so don't count on it working for that just to buy the microphone. But it just might be a cool feature if it works for you, but it might not, so yeah, anyway. But this microphone also picks up a fair bit of background noise, so it's really not that ideal for game streamers that have a lot of keyboards going in the background, or even, you know, just a fridge or other things in the room creating noise. For that job, you'll need something like the Behringer XM8500, which is an XLR mic, and it's a dynamic mic, meaning it really it's got a really short distance to talking to it, and it doesn't pick up really any background noise other than your voice. So these are really good for streaming and stuff. So if you wanted to use this for streaming, but now that you can't, you wanted to have a good alternative, Behringer XM8500, I highly recommend it. Just pick up like a cheap interface and you should be good to go with that. But anyway, let's talk about the actual features of this microphone. So clearly it's a condenser microphone. It's got a big old open side to it. It's definitely not a dynamic mic like this one. And basically, the biggest thing that this microphone has is that direct monitor. Now you might think by looking at the pictures that plus and minus on the front is for gain. Unfortunately, it's not. It's really just a glorified volume rocker for your computer sounds. So when you have your microphone plugged into it and you set your out device on your computer to the microphone, that'll then play all of the computer sounds through the microphone into your headphones, and that little volume rocker only changes the level that the computer is outputting, not the actual gain of the microphone, unfortunately. So yeah, basically there's no gain adjustment on the microphone other than the Windows input volume adjustment of the microphone itself, unfortunately. This isn't that big of a deal, but since other microphones like the Blue Yeti have that sort of feature of adjusting the gain, I would say it's lacking a little in that regard. But if you don't even care about adjusting gain or whatever, and you just want to quickly whip this out and record something quickly with a high quality, voice and a nice sounding microphone, this is probably for you. But anyway, let's get on to comparing something like this to the XLR AT2020, also from Audio-Technica. This is a comparison between the AT2020 and the ATR 2500X USB mic and the ATR 2500X USB mic. How does it sound? How does it sound? So, do I recommend this microphone? Well, for the sound quality, I really do. This thing sounds amazing for only $130, especially compared to the AT2020. Honestly, I could barely tell the difference between the two. The AT2020 was just a little bit flatter, so it picks up a little bit more of the high end, but the ATR 2500X definitely sounds a little more bassy than it. But if you're the type that doesn't want background noise like clickety clack of your keyboard or the mouse buttons or other things like that, I don't really recommend this to you, because honestly the lack of gain adjustment really is a game breaker there, and also the fact that it's a condenser microphone with a big hole open back there. It's really not that great for a streaming or game streaming use case in that regard. But as I said again, this thing is really good for run and gun recording. So if you just want to whip this out and quickly record something that's high quality into your laptop, this thing is a no-brainer for the price. It sounds amazing. But the last thing is, the plosives are pretty bad on this, as you can probably tell. So I would definitely recommend at least side addressing the microphone, and if you don't really want to do that and you want to have some sort of pop filter, I would definitely recommend getting at least something like a sock, or I don't know, you can get a pop filter that you actually want. And yeah, there are also a couple of issues that I've been having with this microphone though, unfortunately. Occasionally when handling the microphone, or even putting a cable with electricity going through it near it, it can pick up a bit of interference, like this one here. But weirdly, it only occasionally happens, so I don't really know what's going on there. Anyway, that's it for this video, so if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button, and let me know what you thought in the comments. But also, if you want to see more content from me, you can also hit that subscribe button down below. Anyway, everyone, I'll see you all in the next video.